All right there, everyone. Democrats are leaving the party in droves. That's what we're talking about on today's video. That's right. We're going to be looking at 4 different trends, all of which signal a mass exodus from the Democratic Party. An exodus that is already spelling disaster for the 2020 election. So we're going to take a look at each one and see just how dire things have become for the Democrats. But first, a huge shout out to our sponsor of this video. I'm sure many of you know the multimillionaire investor, now TV star, Robert Herjavec from the hit show Shark Tank. My family and I are big friends. He's got a great backstory. Well, Robert has an amazing opportunity for you. He and his team of ultra successful angel investors are here to help you get in on the ground floor investment opportunities for as low as just $50. Watch the free video at getangelrich.com or click on the link in the description below to see how you can participate in these potentially lucrative deals before they go mainstream. Don't wait. Check out the video at getangelrich.com. Well, in the midst of all the impeachment madness, and it is madness, of course, how the House of Representatives gets away with this, how they are not in handcuffs now is beyond me. But in the midst of this impeachment circus, there have indeed been a number of articles that are coming out observing that Democrats are increasingly leaving their party. It's very interesting because the defection is coming from a number of different angles, and I want to focus on 4. These are 4 currently active groups of defections leaving the Democratic Party. Number 1, the hashtag Walkaway movement. Okay, so this is a movement founded last year by Brandon Straka, who's a gay hairdresser. You know, he was once your quintessential liberal, but he got red-pilled, and he founded a movement that exposes the Democratic Party as no longer a viable alternative for those who want to think for themselves or for those who love nation and culture. When Straka considered himself a leftist, he noticed that the Democrats were seeking to control and intimidate him through fear, right? So if you're gay and you vote for Trump, well, then he's going to destroy all your rights. He'll actively persecute you and the like. That's what he was hearing. And Straka recognized that this was an attempt to keep people voting Democrat simply through fear and intimidation. And he also noticed how insane things were becoming in terms of the politics of grievance, right? Grievance politics. Straka himself has been the subject within the gay community of being told that he was the ultimate beneficiary of white privilege. It's now apparently fashionable among left-wing cultural Marxists to claim that gay white men have ultimate privilege because they're white, they're male, and they're gay. White gay men are the ultimate beneficiaries of privilege. So Brandon noticed that this nonsense of grievance politics just never ends. And so Brandon founded the Walkaway movement, and as of today, tens of thousands of other Democrats are saying enough. They're posting their 5-minute or so video testimonials on why they're leaving the Democratic Party once and for all. It's just amazing. So we're seeing tens of thousands of Democrats, one-time Democrats, exiting from the Democratic Party and their love affair with insanity and cultural Marxism and renouncing this left-wing identity politics. So that's the first trend, hashtag Walkaway movement. Second trend we're seeing is a comparable movement known as Blexit. Okay, now Blexit being, of course, a term that signifies Black Americans declaring their independence from the Democratic Party. Blexit. On average, blacks vote around 87% for the Liberal Democratic candidate. And Blexit is a movement that seeks to end that, to end the secular, liberal, cultural Marxist hegemony over the black vote here in the States. The Blexit campaign was founded by the wonderful Candace Owens, who's a very young and powerful voice in the conservative movement. And I think the potential for Blexit is enormous. A Zogby survey released last year found that black support for the Democrats was down 20% in the course of 6 months from January of last year. Another relatively recent poll surveyed black women. It was a Black Women's Roundtable Essence poll that found that black women, who in many respects are the heart and soul of the black voting constituency for the Democratic Party, they were noticeably abandoning the party. According to the survey back in 2016, 85% of black women supported the Democratic Party. In 2018, that fell to 74%. That was an 11-point drop. Moreover, Trump's approval among blacks has been as high as the mid-30s, which is stunning for a Republican president. Rasmussen, if I recall, had Trump at a 35% approval rating, particularly among black men. So Blexit is happening, and it's significantly contributing to the mass exodus that's going on from the Democratic Party. Now, there's a third exodus, and this one is gigantic. Charlie Kirk of Turning Point USA has called this the beer-drinking Democrat exodus. How's that for a description? These are the beer-drinking Democrats. These are your blue-collar manufacturing workers or your factory workers who have historically voted exclusively Democrat, but who defected in droves to Trump. Okay? I never get tired of citing this statistic. In 2016, there are over 200 counties that voted for Democrats in every single election since 1984 by a 20-point margin that suddenly swung over and voted for Trump by a comparable 20-point margin. I think it's a major indicator of a massive tectonic political paradigm shift. You had county after county in Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, after having voted for Mondale, voted for Dukakis, voted for Clinton, Gore, Kerry, Obama, over 200 counties that voted for the Democrat by a 20-point margin for the last 3 decades, all of a sudden swing over and vote for Trump by a comparable 20 points. It's a 40-point swing to the nationalist populist right. Trump won the so-called blue wall, right? These were the states that Hillary was guaranteed to win. She hardly campaigned in them, but every Democratic presidential candidate had won them since 1984. She was supposed to win Wisconsin, Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Minnesota. Of all 5 states, she only won Minnesota, and that was only by 40,000 votes. Trump demolished the blue wall precisely because of this mass defection among so-called beer-drinking Democrats, blue-collar Democrats who never thought they could vote Republican, but they sure as heck could vote for Trump. Now, there's a fourth exodus that's happening, and it's among what are being called the Wall Street Democrats, okay? The Wall Street Democrats. CNBC has been following the big Wall Street donors to the Democratic Party to see who they've been putting their money behind. But one thing that keeps coming up among these fat cat Democratic donors is that if Elizabeth Warren gets the nomination, they're sitting this election out. Some have even said they're voting for Trump. Wall Street does not want a Warren presidency, okay? The genius of Trump is that he's been able to implement an economic nationalism that both protects manufacturing jobs on the one hand and because of tax cuts stimulates the markets on the other. Warren would actually be a disaster on both fronts. At least that's what the top donors to the Democrats feel. So that's a fourth group that has the potential of walking away en masse. Put that all together, and these 4 groups all walking away, you have the makings of a disastrous 2020 for the Democrats. Enjoy the rest of your day. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to grab your Renewing Your Classical Mind book bundle with 7 books, the Turley Talks Tumblr, and you even get a free book thrown in there, The Coming Rise of Christian Education. You're going to love this because it's going to show you fake education is on its way out and a true education is on its way in. Lots of trends that are going to get you very excited about the future of education. And in buying this, you will be supporting this channel and helping us to continue to analyze current events in light of super awesome conservative trends so you can live in the present in light of even better things to come. God bless.